to at your service. Calling this matchup. How'd you like that, Gatot?
You know what? I'm just loving the fact that we have all these kind of fun picks coming up. And I know Renmar mentioned it. You know, it's appeared in other parts of the world for the MPLs, but it's great to just see the meta in a position where you can have this and it works out. You know, whether that's the Hellkurt, whether that's the was it Boxio roll?
We don't talk about that.
Well, it's still there.
It showed up.
It showed up. The Banes, now the
yeah.
Gattacacha. It's great to see.
And mainly, maybe because of this Gatot Kacha pick alone, RSG had to swerve their XP and their jungle picks. And so far, not much action because, again, both teams are checking their range. Both teams are adjusting what the lane-to-lane matchup looks like. This is one that Renmar mentioned, Big J versus Kusei.
Yeah.
Taking a look at the emblems. Looking at it so far, what do you put on a Gatot? All right, it's just full tank, man.
He's full tank. And you know what's funny? Before he was actually like picked up in MPLs, when I was forced to roam in my own RGs, I like to pick Gattacacha.
Reluctantly.
Reluctantly. I'd be like, you know what? I'll pick him. Okay.
All right.
So we got some. You're kind of out in the open, and there's always got to be a downside to those kind of abilities, and that is the downside of that ultimate. And so, yeah, we'll see. And like you said, you can technically get out of it and dodge it. Maybe if it landed a little quicker, you know, maybe it was a little more useful. But I think it's still a pretty good ultimate here for the game.
Yeah, it's different from the Numenon Blast because there's a slowing effect as she casts that.
There you just see a circle, and you're like, yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm out of here, but then again, it does put Gatot right in the middle of the action.
Yeah.
So there is that factor. Looking forward to how it'll be utilized by OMG. Turtle spawns up in the upper quarter here so far. So good, like no skirmishes, no kills, and Chaknu here. About to get hit by the Lantern Flare. It's a 3v3 affair. And yeah, it looks like RSG is going to commit first.
They should start this up. Chaknu just waiting for that level 4 too. So Ryota's going to start this up. Infernal Pursuit going to be popped. He has to flick around on the defense. Chaknu goes in. Unbreakable. The rest of the team still trying to follow up with Ryota. Trying to stay alive. He's finally going to go down. Chaknu also not finding the connection he was looking for. Gets a little bit of healing back up. But it's 3 versus 1 right now.
What?
Tries to get out, and he'll do it. But Turtle for the taking here. So RSG looks to take the objective, and they lost Nabor earlier.
A minute in, Joseph, a minute in, and it's still a 3v3. No one from OMG or RSG are budging. They trade the XP laters and they get back into the fight.
Oh, I think they got this. OMG, hold on, they go in, and Doru will rely on the team to take the Turtle. He sweeps in and gets it with not even using the retry. He's
Andrew. In a sliver of an opportunity, just bursts it down, retries it, leaving Irad to just farm up. Again, I think that's the first big win here in this game 1. Turtle scored by Smart Omega.
He's he was 2 levels ahead for a bit, but Irad just hit the 6, yeah. So Andora's doing a great job farming up momentum, trying to build up on it too, and again, like you mentioned, before that Turtle even broke out, Leo, like this is generally a slow pace early game. Not much action, you know, not much battling going on, but when they did, you saw how extended these fights can be, especially, you know, with the fact that you also have a Phobius on this lineup from OMG.
Yep, let's see what the gold is looking like here. 200 up for Kusei, while Andoryu is up by about 300 away from Irad. Let's see which way Chaknu goes with the builds. What do you reckon the first item should be here?
That's the thing with Chaknu playing this. I'm not 100% sure what he goes. Maybe even if I don't know if he'll pick up a Thunderbelt. The fact that he's up against a carry here too, I'm wondering if he's gonna just pick up
COD.
COD. I don't know. I always picked up Blade Armor, but I don't know if Chaknu's gonna do that. Obviously, it's just something I like to do. But we'll see how he ends up playing it. Aqua is gonna be okay. He's fine. Pop the beacon too, and Doru just showing the damage potential of the Shadow Kill.
All right, early COB answered by the Shadow Kill.
What would you pick up?
Looking at the
lineup here?
Yeah. From RSG, I'd say Blade Armor is in order because again, you're bouncing back damage from Irad and Kusei. The cores.
Radiant Armor, maybe. I don't know.
Radiant Armor from Aqua and Light, sure. I double down on Thunderbelt. I think, especially if Omega are able to snowball from here, score the second turtle, that might be the go signal. Just keep snowballing. You know, like stack up on the hybrid defense. And
I know some people like to get concentrated energy too, just because like it's insane when he gets the pass
off. That's what makes him so good, is because he's both an offensive and a defensive kilt. Amazing work here. Now Omega playing footsies with RSG. Slight advantage to the Raiders.
All right, once again, it all comes down to battling for the objectives, it looks like. There's no fights are going to break out before this. Total half health. Nabor at the front of it. Taking some shots from Yoda with the Infernal Pursuit. Will slam down a little bit. There's the penalty zone down now. Nabor could be in trouble. Jome just pushing down the wave as well. Ukir doesn't survive. Still going to be fighting for it. Turret finally taken down. And now they're going to crash down on Ryota, toss him up.
Oh.
Spear's not going to land, not find the connection as Chaknu finally falls. But Ryota still alive and well, forcing on Irad. But he finally goes down. A big exchange again. Turtle now can finally be focused by RSG.
It looks like the Raiders are going to score big this time around as the SOD from Big J misses its mark. There it is, Joseph, the Thunderbolt. How different would it be if maybe the SOD hit? It's because I think that's what... Whoa, Shadow Kill. All right, close.
If it would have hit,
that would have turned the other way.
Yeah, definitely, because you got these two tanky dudes, basically Ryota and Chaknu, just holding down the front line, you know, causing a lot of focus on them. And if Jome could have... It's great he pushed the turret, but it would have been greater, too, if afterwards he had landed the Spear of Destruction and then joined that fight. And I think it really would have shifted things and possibly even got them the objective. But, you know, for now, great push at least for Jome. He can continue to farm up and do what he needs to do. But also, Kusei is nearly having a similar experience this time around in the carry here.
Yep, he's choosing to stay the course here. Maybe even push that tier 1 down bottom, while OMG are a step ahead. They're thinking, you know what? We kind of didn't snowball as hard as we'd like to in the early game.
Yeah.
So now that we're in Turtle territory, or rather Lord territory, why don't we go ahead and commit a little bit more until Jome is ready with his power spike, because that's what he and Ryota are trying to do here. While mid might just be where another fight breaks out. It's so hard whenever you have these Moskov lineups. Which, by the way, I think Moskov has kind of slid down in week 4 alone. Yeah. Like, he's not as high of a priority, like tier A now, compared to S.
Yeah, he definitely started the season strong. I think teams will still opt to take him, even if he slid down a little bit, just for the mere fact that you can literally plant him in the side lane. And more times out of not, I would say these pro players will land the Spear of Destruction when they need to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even if they miss a couple in the early portion when it's just a turtle, it's okay. But again, light here, and just getting the vision they need. They're just going to go ahead and farm up. Lord's up now, though.
Yep, upper quarter of the map here. RSG securing their buffs first and making sure that the coast is clear, that the waves are pushed in on their side, so they don't have to worry about that. About 700, 800 gold up, 8.5 minutes in. I think Smart Omega could do better not to pick fights yet, because they also need some level of scaling. Besides, you know, the situation with Jome, I think Ryota, again, Ukir could hurt a little bit more.
Yeah, what points out to me here with the lineup from Omega, especially as we wait for this Lord to start up, is they're so elusive. Like, you have Black Shoes for Ukir, so he can kind of be a little aggressive if he needs to. Chaknu and Ryota are quite tanky, like I mentioned, and, you know, tough technically to kill, especially with that regen coming back for the Gataconcha. But that's the problem. And then even catching Andoru. Like, Andoru's not going to be a part of this fight. So it's up to RSG to start this up like they're doing. There's the shadow kill that we were talking about. Penalty zone. Going to be able to find 3 members. They follow it up with a flicker forward. Still pushing it in. Jome's going to push the turret instead. Looking for the objective by Nibor. We'll be able to find another. And now under the turret they go. Triple kill for Irad. And Andoru will go back and punish him for it. They fight back, and now in the mid lane, Aqua and Kusei will push this turret down tier 1 in the mid.
The marbles on this young man. It's an amazing trade for RSG, don't get me wrong, but you'll see here in the Infinix instant replay, the 3-man penalty zone by Nibor, which opened up the map, and then Light just comes in, uses the 1-2, the onward Earth Shatter to knock up 3 and just tear apart Smart Omega. But here's the kicker. Joseph, watch. One more in a basic. Shadow in a basic. Andorio walked away with a soccer punch, essentially.
Yeah, and remember, he does have the Sky Piercer too, so that's gonna help him, of course. So now working for this Lord here. Does he get in position this time around? Jome's been staying in the side lane for the whole time. Now he's going to join this fight. There's a conceal going to be used, and it just looks like it pushes them off here. So Omega does not want to actually commit just yet while they wait for this lineup.
All right, that's a Lord shuffle confirmed. Because at this point, even RSG, after the back-to-back wins and trades, they're still respecting OMG's damage output as Nibor, Light, and to some level even Aqua is putting up quite the perimeter. They're not letting Omega get into their space, and the amazing bush control too, not to mention.
Oof, look at this. Just going to reset because it's going to go back to that time and time again, man. Omega knows that it's RSG to start this up. Shadow Kill going to be used again, just filling the area out. Nothing, though. Nothing that they can cap off of. And now Andorio has to run back. He could be in trouble here. He's going to get dragged back. There's the Spear Destruction. Jome's going to find Light. Taking off a couple shots in Irad. There's the Avatar. They come down, but in a huge penalty zone. Traps them down in the mid lane as Chaknu and Ryota are dealt with. There's only 3 members of Omega left alive against 4 from RSG.
2 for 1. The numbers are not on their side, but the Barangay decide to stand their ground. Look at this, a 3v3 with Kusei just around the corner. Joseph, I don't know if this is such a good idea.
Still risky here for the Raiders. Kusei also joined the fight. There's the conceal call coming out.
Oh,
they jump in. Shadow Kill's going to be able to find Light. Looking for Irad next. Finds him too. Couple shots. Doesn't go.
What?
But procs the Sky Piercer.
What?
And gets the triple. And Dorus lives for the fight. And now the Lord for the taking for Omega.
Andorio is out of his mind! Taken down 4 for the new Barangay. What? They were down on numbers when that fight started.
You said it, Leo. You're like, I don't know if this is going to be good for RSG, and it was not. And Doru makes sure of it. Looking at this. The replay brought to us by Infinix.
Oh, so Ukir was baiting it out, and then they spent too much time trying to take down the Lilia, and all this while Andorio was playing with fire, was packing dynamite in his hands, or in his katana, should I say.
His katana. You see, that's what I was saying here earlier, just minutes ago. I said, this lineup from Omega is elusive. Just when you think you're going to catch someone or get someone low, they have some type of utility to stay alive, whether that's Black Shoes, whether this is just the fact that it's a Phoveus and a Chaknu on this Gatakacha.
And off of that single turn, off of a Lord and a huge 4 for 1, 4 for none, suddenly they have a almost 4,000 gold lead, and all the lanes pushed in. Smart Omega, they've been winless for the past couple of weeks, and this might actually be one big one.
Chaknu jumps in again and takes a couple shots himself, but will heal back up the best he can. Ryota follows up. The rest of the team's going to focus on the base. Couple shots away.